Goosebumps is a forgotten masterpiece. Some people cherish it forever, while others forget its existence. Everybody knows the theme song, but not everybody knows the episodes. I bet a lot of you don't even remember this episode where grannies try to seduce kids. Now hear me out. It actually happens, and I'm just as disgusted as you. We start off with Tom and John in the kitchen looking for food. They look in the basement and the door closes by itself, which leads to the worst acting I have ever fucking seen. Uh-oh. They go back upstairs and a mysterious woman opens the door who appears to be their Aunt Dahlia. She tells them that when they grow up, women will be all over them. Gross. I know people say that, but like, this is a kid's show. She pulls a bag out from her purse and puts it in the food that she's making. What the fuck is that? Aunt Dahlia's prune cookies are out of the oven and they appear to be moving. What the fuck? She guilt trips them into eating them by taking away dinner if they don't eat. That's fucking abuse. Tom and John try to go to bed, but they hear a weird noise, so they decide to investigate. Aunt Dahlia bursts into the room and asks, "What the fuck are you doing?" The next morning, the boys are really achy. John walks into the room and he's fucking dripped out, man. He's got the retirement home fit going. He's gonna slay some fucking... He's a kid. Aunt Dahlia talks to him, but he's hard of hearing. Tom sees John and freaks the hell out. Tom's hair falls out of his head, so they try to call their mom, but Aunt Dahlia calls her instead, and she says that the hair falling out is just from a new shampoo. Aunt Dahlia invites friends over, and it starts to get rated PG-13. They walk in, and boy, are they horny. Holy fuck. The left one seriously acts like she hasn't touched a man in over 50 years. Aunt Dahlia ran out of milk, and the boys immediately try to go, but only Tom was allowed to go. Then Miss Horny Pants counts down the minutes until he's back. When Tom is in the store, he sees his reflection, and he's gotten older. Tom returns, and the woman has gotten fucking wetter. Boy, are they fucking horny. Tom tells John to come into the kitchen, but the woman prevents it until he says it's a guy thing. Then Miss fucking Horny Pants always has to get in the last word. They go into the kitchen by saying, it's that time of the month where we gotta trim our foreskin again. They try to call their mom, but Aunt Dahlia was on the other line and they hear them. The women start running towards the boys. Holy shit. They really fucking need sex therapy. Like, oh... fuck! They try to escape through the window, but the women break through the door like sex fiends. As they're playing games, John excuses himself to go to the bathroom and looks through Aunt Dahlia's stuff for an antidote. The women go into the room, so John hides under the bed. They're already talking about marrying the kids. What the fuck? Aunt Dahlia says, don't forget to pay me. So she's making her money by selling kids to grannies. Why can't she be my aunt? John goes into the kitchen with Tom and tells him that they're trying to marry them, and he's fine with it. Attaboy fucking Tom. They find baby food and eat it, and it reverts them back to being young again. The grannies try to break into the kitchen while they're de-aging, which is seriously a fucking red flag. The grannies try to take baby food from John, so he throws it over to Tom, but it goes all over the floor. Tom goes to the fridge and grabs a pitcher of prune juice and pours it all over Aunt Dahlia. You're about to witness the greatest scene in cinema you have ever fucking seen. Look at that. Fucking look at it. Aunt Dahlia ages so quick that she pulls an Obi-Wan. He looks over to the grannies and they run out of there. Only to fucking meet Chris Hansen. Later, Tom is on the phone with his mom and sees John as a baby. He goes through the trash to find a prune cookie to give him, then tries to make him eat it. And holy shit, it ends just like that on a fucking cliffhanger. I'd just like to point out that in the book, Aunt Dahlia was never related to them. Their mom thought it was the father's sister and the dad thought it was the mother's sister. If you're married, wouldn't you end up meeting the family anyways? Anyways, if you've made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe. I respond to every comment, so let me know how I'm doing. Have a great rest of your fucking day.